The iron door clanged shut behind Jayden Rivers, sealing him into a world he had never imagined for himself. At just 16, he was the youngest inmate in Grey Ridge Juvenile Detention Center. The walls were harsh, the lights too bright, and the faces around him carried stories of anger, betrayal, and survival. Jayden swallowed hard. His fists clenched, even though he wasn't a fighter. He'd never been one. But life hadn't cared. He grew up in a home where shouting replaced conversations and slammed doors replaced comfort. His father drifted in and out of the house like a storm cloud, unpredictable, loud, and dangerous. His mother worked double shifts, trying to protect her son with tired eyes and worn hands. Jayden had learned early that silence was safer than speaking. So, when he was accused of a convenience store robbery he didn't commit, no one believed him. Not his teachers. Not the officers. Not even his own father, who just muttered, "He's always been trouble," before walking away. Only his mother cried. When the judge declared him guilty, Jayden felt the world swallow the last bit of innocence he carried. Grey Ridge was its own universe. The boys there had wounds deeper than their crimes, and they marked territory like wolves. Jayden stayed quiet, hoping invisibility would keep him safe. On his first night, he heard muffled sobbing from the cell next to him. Another boy, maybe 15. Jayden recognized the sound of helplessness. It mirrored the sound he had made the night his father hit the wall beside his head instead of him. Jayden didn't call out. Instead, he whispered into the darkness, "You're not alone." The crying stopped. A voice answered softly, who said that, Jayden, a pause. "I'm Theo." It was the first moment of real connection Jayden had felt in months. Days in the facility were long, structured, and cold. Jayden walked with his head down, avoiding trouble. But trouble, he discovered, didn't need an invitation. One afternoon in the cafeteria, a larger boy named Malik shoved him. "Move faster." Quiet boy, Jayden didn't move. Not out of bravery, but out of fear. His legs froze. Malik shoved him harder. "You deaf?" Before anything worse could happen, a counselor stepped between them. "Sit down, Malik." Malik obeyed but smirked at Jayden. "You'll learn." Jayden's hands trembled for hours afterward. He hated feeling weak. Hated that he couldn't stand up for himself. Hated that fear had become his shadow. The counselor who intervened was Mr. Rowan. A tall man with gentle eyes and a voice that carried calm even in chaos after the incident. He called Jayden to his office. "You've been here 2 weeks," Mr. Rowan said. Leaning back in his chair, "You haven't spoken to anyone except Theo. You keep your head down." "Why?" Jayden just shrugged. "Talking gets me in trouble. Silence can too," Rowan replied. "You need strength here, not just muscles, but heart. You have that." "Jayden, I can see it." Jayden looked away. No one had ever told him he had anything worth seeing. Murdoch Rowan continued, "There's a boxing program. Not for fighting, for discipline. For control. It helps boys heal." "Want to try?" Jayden hesitated. He wasn't a fighter. But he was tired of being afraid. He nodded. The boxing room wasn't glamorous. Just old mats, a dusty ring, and punching bags that had seen better years. But to Jayden, it was a place where no one yelled at him, pushed him, or judged him. Coach Marin, a retired boxer with white hair and a voice like gravel, introduced him to the basics. Hold your stance, protect your face, breathe from your gut. Don't punch with anger, punch with focus. Jayden practiced for weeks. Slowly, the weak trembling boy grew steadier, his punches became sharper, his stance stronger. The more he trained, the more the weight inside him lifted. He was learning to fight not against other people, but against the pain inside him. Theo joined the program too. Together they learned, laughed quietly, and encouraged each other. Theo was small but quick. Jaden was awkward but determined, a strange but unbreakable friendship grew between them. One day, Malik confronted Theo in the yard. "What are you looking at?" Malik sneered, grabbing Theo's collar. Theo froze like prey cornered by a predator. Jaden saw it. His heart pounded. He remembered all the times he froze too. All the times no one helped him. But not this time. He stepped forward. "Let him go." Malik raised an eyebrow. "You again?" "You still think you matter." Jaden swallowed but held his ground. "Let him go." Malik shoved Theo against the fence, and Jaden stepped right between them. "You want to fight?" Malik growled. "No," Jaden said. "But I'm not moving." Something in his voice surprised Malik. It surprised Jaden too. A guard noticed the tension and rushed over. Malik stepped back, glaring. "You got guts now. Let's see how long that lasts." But as Malik walked away, Theo exhaled shakily. "Thanks." Jaden just nodded. "We look out for each other." Mr. Rowan called Jaden to his office again that week. "You stepped into danger for someone else," he said. "That's strength." Jaden shook his head. "I was scared." "Strength isn't the absence of fear," Rowan replied. "It's choosing to act despite it." Jaden absorbed those words. They settled in his chest like seeds. Months passed. Jaden grew not just physically, but emotionally. The hurts of his past didn't disappear, but they no longer controlled him. He learned to talk about his father. He learned to forgive his mother for not being able to save him. He learned to trust himself. By the time his court appeal arrived supported by Mr. Rowan and new evidence proving his innocence, Jaden walked into the courtroom with shoulders no longer slumped. When the judge announced his freedom, Jaden didn't cry. He simply breathed deeply. Fully for the first time in what felt like years, outside the facility, Theo stood waiting. "Also released weeks earlier. Told you we'd get out." Theo grinned. Jaden smiled, something warm and real in his chest. "Yeah." Together, they walked down the street, two boys once swallowed by hurt, now standing in the world again bruised but unbroken. Grey Ridge had taken their freedom, but given them something priceless in return: strength and for the first time, Jaden believed he had a life worth fighting for. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.